In this video, we're going to see how to create hyperlinks. We understand that hyperlinks will allow us We understand that a hyperlink in a lesson will allow our students to navigate to another website. But hyperlinks can be used for much more. Hyperlinks can also be used to navigate within our lesson from one area of the lesson to another. It can also be used to download files. A hyperlink can also be used by our students to download files that we want them to have. It can also be used by our students to download files. We're going to see how to create each one of those in this short video. First, we'll do a hyperlink in our regular lesson itself. I select the text that I would like to use as my anchor text. I'm going to select Harvard College. Then we choose Insert from the menu bar and select Hyperlink. We get the hyperlink dialog window. We click on the URL line and type in the URL that we want to send our students to. Once we have that entered, we make sure that the link will open in a new window. We then click OK, and we have now created a hyperlink in our lesson. We also have the ability to create a hyperlink inside of a text popper. To create a hyperlink in a text popper, we'll edit the text popper that we've previously created. Right mouse click on the text popper, choose Modify. We then will scroll and look for information that we want to create a hyperlink in. I'm again going to select Harvard College. This time, rather than trying to choose Insert to create the hyperlink, we must point to the selected text or the anchor text, right mouse click, and choose Hyperlink. Once again, we would type in the URL and then make sure it's going to open the link in a new window and click OK. We need next to go on the right hand side of our screen and choose Stick Around. This will allow the students to point off of the anchor text and click for the This will allow our students to point off of the anchored This will allow our students to point off of the text popper anchor text and click on the anchor text inside of our text popper that will send the students to a different website. We then click OK, and we have now created a hyperlink inside of a text popper. We also have the ability of creating a hyperlink of a graphic. We also can create a hyperlink of a graphic. We point to the graphic we'd like to make into a hyperlink and click on it. Notice the selection dots. We then choose Insert from the menu bar and choose Hyperlink. We type in the URL that we're going to send our students to, make sure that it opens the link in a new window, and click OK. We've now created a hyperlink of a graphic. Finally, we're going to create a hyperlink in a quiz question. However, our quiz question, and if the students get the answer wrong, we want them to be redirected back to where the correct answer is. So it's going to require, first of all, for us to insert a bookmark. We enter the bookmark. We enter the bookmark name. We enter a name for the bookmark and click OK. The book itself does not appear to the students. If we roll over the bookmark, it shows us the question it shows us the bookmark name. We're now going to modify our quiz question. We'll right mouse click, choose Modify Quiz. We'll then go to the feedback area, and I'm going to select the text that I want to use as a hyperlink. Just like creating a hyperlink inside of our text popper window, we now right mouse click on the selected text, choose Hyperlink. You'll notice that now that since we have a bookmark in our lesson, we have a new section to our Insert Hyperlink dialog window. We click on Choose Bookmark, click on the list, select the bookmark name, and click OK. You do not have the ability of making an internal hyperlink appear in a new window. We then click OK, and we have now created a hyperlink within our quiz question. We'll click OK. Finally, we're going to create a hyperlink inside of Currently, all of the hyperlinks that we have created will send the students to another website. We're now going to create a hyperlink that will allow the students to download extra information. In this case, I'm going to put those hyperlinks inside of a sidebar. They can go anywhere. They can go in the lesson. They can go inside of a quiz popper, but I'm going to put them in a sidebar. I'll click on the first page. I'm going to click on my second page. This is where my sidebar is located. I'll go to Properties, Sidebars, and I'm going to edit the text-only sidebar. We're now ready to add the links that will allow our students to download additional information. I'm going to first of all click to click to read the Declaration of Independence. We'll then select that text, right mouse click on it, and choose Hyperlink. Rather than putting in a URL, we're going to click on the Select File button. Students would then navigate to where we have the document stored. I'm going to make it a PDF file, but notice it can be any electronic file, meaning a word processing file, a spreadsheet file, and even a PowerPoint file. I'll click OK. I'll click Open. And again, I want to choose to make sure this will open in a new window. I'll click OK, and we've now created a hyperlink that will allow our students to download a document. We'll click OK. The last hyperlink we're going to create will allow our students to email directly to us. We're going to put this hyperlink in the footer of each one of our pages. So I'll choose Properties, Style Properties, and then click on Title and Layout. I'm going to select my name that was entered in a previous Quick Tour video, and I'm going to make my name into an email hyperlink. I'll right mouse click on the selected text, the anchor text, and choose Hyperlink. It's initially set up for an HTTP, which is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. We want it to mail to, so we'll change the Universal Resource Locator protocol to mail to. Click inside of the line, type in your email address, make sure that it will open in a new window, and click OK. You've now created a hyperlink that will allow the students to quickly email you. Let's look at all of the hyperlinks. We'll click OK, and then we'll preview this in the browser. We'll save our changes. Once the browser redisplays, let's look at our hyperlink that is John Quincy, our text popper. We'll roll over the text popper. And there we see our hyperlink for Harvard College. We click on it. We're now at another web tab and we're looking at the Harvard URL. I'll close that and I'm back into my text popper. I'll close the text popper dialog window. We also created a hyperlink for Harvard College. We'll point to Harvard, click, and again, a new tab starts and we're looking at the Harvard website once again. I'll close that browser and we're back into our lesson. Let's go to our second page. This is where we created a hyperlink inside of a sidebar. So the students can point and click, and this will allow them to download that PDF file. They're now looking at the PDF file that we gave them. They can save it or they can print it. I'll close this tab and we're back into the lesson. Remember, we also created a hyperlink as part of a quiz question response. I'm going to type in an incorrect answer. I'll say fireman. I'll click check the answer and it says that's incorrect. I click here to view the correct answer, and it then takes us off of the second page and navigates us to the area of the page where we had created the bookmark, where the students then should have read this paragraph that answers the question. We have now created hyperlinks that download a document, that sends students to another location, another website, and also that sends students to another place within our current lesson. Finally, we see our created by David Evans. This is our hyperlink that when I click on it, or when our students click on it, it will generate an email document. And we notice that it does have our email address and it's ready for the students to send the email to us. I'll close the email. And that's hyperlinks in SoftChalk.